right, and we're back. This is episode 157 of the Taproom Podcast, and I'm your host, Mike. It is Sunday morning, obviously. I am a smidge hungover. I drank a lot of craft beer the last couple of days, and man, I love it. But yeah, just a little, had a little too much yesterday. But this freaking episode, man, I'm so excited. It's with Jasper Gallardo of Harlan Brewing. I know I've been talking about this one for a couple weeks, and even leading up to it, how excited I was to be able to talk with him and hear his story. And it didn't disappoint, man. It was so fun. And Jasper, bro, just meet you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Man, what an amazing story, an amazing history of Bottle Logic as well. And the beer's freaking amazing. Like, what more can you ask for from a brewery, and from a brewer, and just everything they put out is fantastic. So we'll jump into the interview in a couple minutes. But yeah, I am just so grateful for you, Jasper, for Bottle Logic letting me come down, and, just for this industry in general. But yeah, before we get into that, it's been a week. It was in Georgia. It was fucking cold out there, but I had some really good beer. Got to try some beer from Six Bridges. I want to record with them when I get back out there. Hopefully, I think it's in either June or July. I can't remember when. But yeah, pretty cold. Great time though. Just had some good food while I was out there. Crushed all the work stuff, is what it is. And then yeah, I got back Wednesday night. Flew out the next day to Arizona to see my cousin. I came out here with Navi, with my buddy Nav, and man, it's been fun. Got in Thursday night. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No shit. Today's Sunday. Whoops. Went and recorded on Friday at Homeland with Mike, the owner of Homeland Brew Co. Man, what a kick-ass spot too. Like, great beer. Like, they have like five of their own beers on tap, but then they also have rotating like a guest tap list as well. And man, like, just beers from all over the world. They even have Logic Light, so it was like bang, full circle. And they have stuff from Boulevard. They have stuff Forager. They have like just an amazing selection of beers all over the world. I mean, all over the country. So awesome there. What else we got? Also went to Wren House the other day, which is my fave. I love me some Wren House. Got a couple 4-packs and enjoyed some fantastic beer, man. There's such great beer out here too. Like, it's just a testament to this industry that anywhere you go, you can find great craft beer. You just have to go get out there and look for it. Let's see. Did some betting this weekend. You know me, Mike the degenerate gambler. Not really. I've lost $100, but it's all right. I'm making it all back today, baby, on the Super Bowl. So it's fine. It's fine. Got a couple prop bets going. Got a 14-legger. It's like $20 to win like $7,000. We'll see what happens. If I hit, well, what do they say? It's like if I win the lotto, you won't know, but there'll be signs. Oh, there'll be, not really. I'd probably pay off most of my because I don't know much left of my car. But I don't know why I'm talking about this. Weird. But yeah, it's Super Bowl. Seahawks are favored by 4.5. I think, man, I think the Super Bowl wins, but I feel like it's a field goal game. But I don't know. I feel like I trust Seattle's defense more than I trust the Patriots' offense, or maybe the Patriots' defense. I don't know. Either one. I feel like both are going to score, but I still feel like the Seattle defensive line getting to the quarterback is going to be the difference maker. But I mean, we'll see. It's going to be a hell of a game, hopefully. And there's going to be some great food. So my cousin's making ribs. We're doing wings and like a queso dip, stuff like that. And then I'm also going to make mac and cheese. Mike's mac and cheese. And then what else? Oh, I'm also making smoked shotgun shells. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a manicotti noodle that I stuff with pork. It's a mixture of pork sausage, sharp cheddar cheese, and jalapenos. And then you wrap that in bacon, and then dust it with some barbecue rub. So yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, but before we jump into the episode, if you've ever thought about getting into podcasting or starting a podcast or anything like that, you got to use Podbean, the platform I use to host a Taproom podcast. And it's like they make it so easy with their analytics, the hosting part, the tools that help you grow your audience, like show you where you're being downloaded in and what platforms you're being downloaded the most on, so you can promote those and then find other ways to bring those other platforms up. So if you wanted to start your own podcast, you could do that through Podbean, and you'll get 1 month free when you sign up using our link, podbean.com/taproompod. Check it out, support the show. Really appreciate it. All right, now let's jump into the episode with Jasper. Hope you guys enjoy it, because I had a great time. And again, Jasper, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, bro. Cheers. Enjoy. All right, guys, we're back in the tap room, and I'm your host, Mike, and I have a very special guest on the show today. I have Jasper Gallardo of Brewing. How's it going, man?
How you doing?
Good.
Really stoked to be here. Thank you for having me.
No, dude, I'm glad we got to make it happen, and thank you for letting me come down here. We're going to have a beer first before we jump into your story. I'm having the Greyhound, which you said was the West Coast with grapefruit juice. There we go. And you're having the...
I am doing Sparkling Velour. It's our collab with Lake Arrowhead Brewing. It's a pre-prohibition style lager.
Ooh, okay. Gonna have to try that later.
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh, that's so good. That's what, like 6.5?
Yeah, 6.5%.
Dude, that's crushable.
That's a crusher, dude. Honestly, it's something I like to slap around every time we release it. I grab at least like 3-4 packs. It's a nice warm day beer. It's just nice all around. So
I'm gonna have to pick up a 4-pack of that too. So tell me, man, how did you get into craft beer?
So funny story. I actually got into craft beer out of necessity.
Okay.
In a sense, I graduated college in 2020.
Okay.
I went to school for criminal justice and sociology. I got dual bachelors in that. And I started doing behavioral therapy fresh out of college.
Okay.
As you know, COVID was a little unforgiving.
Yeah.
So work slowed down a lot. And I had been grateful enough to take a few extracurricular craft beer classes at my college. They had started a craft beverage major in my junior year. So took some classes, kind of refired up that passion I had for craft beer. So I went from drinking it to being a little more interested in it. And at the time, it was debating if I wanted to start home brewing or not. And then it got to just, I'll put it on the back burner for now because I got to be a big boy.
Yeah.
But long story short, we took some time with the job and I was enjoying it a lot. But unfortunately, a lot of my clients were face to face. So it eliminated a lot of the work that I had of it.
Gotcha.
So I started hitting the job market and kind of searching around. And I figured if I was going to try anything, try something new. So I started applying left and right to any brewery that was hiring. I got shot down by pretty much everyone.
Okay.
Didn't know what I was applying for most of these positions.
Yeah.
But in general, I just thought I'd give it a shot. And I had seen Bottle Logic was hiring back in 2020 and I threw in an application and kind of went silent for a bit. And then finally I get a call one day for an interview and I come in, I'm all excited and what do you want? Why do you want this job, basically?
Yeah.
I was just trying to try something new, really get into beer and see where it takes me. So, I ended up getting a gig here, flipping cakes, packing off on the canning line, pretty much the day-to-day start for anybody getting into craft beer with no experience.
Yeah.
And at this point, that's when I really got that fire. I was wow, I think I really like this. I think what's going on in beer is cool. Being able to have the opportunity that I did while being at Bottle Logic was really, really what kept me going, essentially. I really enjoyed what we were doing here as a brewery. So I kind of said, you know what? I want to get on that brew deck.
Yeah.
So I kind of just, put my head down and I kept working and, I'd finish up my task and kind of ask around, say, hey, what are you doing? And how are you doing that? And what does this do? So it got to the point where that was my goal every day at work, was just to see if I can learn something new.
Yeah.
And, I would go back home and, I'd hop on the podcast, I'd read some books, kind of take that college approach for research and see if I can plug it in while I was on the floor. And had some really great mentors here along the way. One of them still with me today here. And he kind of helped me, flourish into the brewer I was. So, taught me the bones of cellaring and what was going on in beer. And come to find out, we were basically neighbors. So
Oh, dang, that's
yeah,
cool.
that was really cool. It was funny. So anyways, I kept going with that. And like I said, I had a few people that just kept feeding into me and saying, hey, like you look like you want this. So
Yeah.
keep going. So I did. And yeah, I ended up, this is my second time around at Bottle Logic.
Okay.
I had gone to supervising brewer position by the time I left in 2022. I moved to San Diego, ended up getting a job at Harlan Brewing. I took on a shift brewing job there for a bit, went for a couple months, and then they asked me to be the lead brewer there.
Okay.
So I took over the lead brewer position and pretty much ran R&D with the head brewer there.
That's awesome.
And we kind of just kept paving the way. So yeah, I kept doing that for about 2 years, maybe a little less. And then I felt that itch again that, like I need another step up. I need to keep feeding the beast, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I looked around locally in San Diego and started firing out applications and kind of talking to like management at Harlan, kind of seeing, what was what. So yeah, in general, I ended up finding myself back here as a head brewer, and it's been great. We've expanded quite a bit. We've been able to really, really put some big moves in for our national growth and our own backyard. So that's been really good. And yeah, since then, I've been in here, I think in the industry at least 5 years, maybe a little over 5 years now.
That's awesome.
I think I'll hit 6 years this year. So it's been very, very, very good to me. Feel very blessed, very grateful to have the opportunities I do.
Yeah.
And to be able to showcase what I can do as a brewer and also as a leader in our company. So
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I mean, obviously, this is a phenomenal brewery, great beer. Every time I come here, it's always great beer.
Thank you.
But I love like what you said. You're like, I went home, I started listening to podcasts, I started researching. But that's like, to me, like brewers I feel like they all have that kind of mentality where it's like they want to like continue to try to honestly pursue perfection.
Yeah.
In a certain way. And you can tell like the passion in your voice and your eyes and stuff like that. Not saying I'm just staring into your eyes or anything, but no, I love that, man. That's great.
I think the most important thing for that was just had these people like investing their own time into it.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to waste it, essentially.
Of course.
Yeah, it was, I think one thing that stood out to me that my mentor, Danny, had told me was basically, I was telling him I was interested in going to school for it.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm not telling you no, but you're in it.
Yeah.
He's like,
this is your school.
Yeah. He's like, you can learn firsthand, put your hands on tanks, put your hands on wort. Like you can do it all.
Yeah.
It just takes the right person to teach, but also you have to be willing to do the extra mile, right? So that was a lot of my days too, was just like, hey, I'm clocked out, but I'm just like watching and I'm writing notes and I'm just like trying to see where and how I can get to the brew deck and like see how I can showcase whatever talents I thought I had at the time.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to have that energy between like everybody here and the supervisors I had and mentor I had. So yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool to be a part of it.
It's awesome, dude. So like, because you mentioned Danny, like, were there any other like breweries or just brewers that you were kind of like aspiring kind of to during that time?
Really, really, like at the time, we're talking about prime like real estate for hazy beer game, and barrel aged stouts, and I started off as a craft beer connoisseur, right? Like I liked beer, and I just kind of just said, oh, like I know this brewery does IPAs really well. I know this brewery does barrel aged stouts everywhere.
Yeah.
My sister actually was like, I would shoot her a little extra cash to come pick up bottles for me while I was in Ohio at school.
Okay.
And have her ship them to me. Like,
there you go.
I did the whole thing. But yeah, I definitely want to say that like a couple breweries that I kind of took the inspiration from getting early on was for sure Bottle Logic. Like I did love the creativity aspect of what they were doing to beer. Seeing how far boundaries were being pushed as far as the styles and the methods, but also in a world of where hazy and like stout was king, right?
Yeah,
like
of course.
We were watching those things pan out, and I'd come to a release and they have something with 10,000 pounds worth of fruit. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like something crazy, and you're just like, is this juice or is this beer?
Yeah.
So it got to that point, but for sure, I was inspired by a lot of the greats. For one, I was a huge fan of Sierra Nevada Pale.
Oh, yeah.
Drank a lot of that. I kind of seen a couple guys start something in their garage, right? And build it into what it is now.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I was just like, wow, like, not thinking too far ahead, but I
Mhm.
think this is something that can be cool to
Yeah.
kind of see and watch it grow. So yeah, Sierra Nevada was definitely up there. The hazies,
Mhm.
monkish at the
Yeah.
time. I was just like, wow, like
Yeah, how are you doing that?
what are you doing? Like, what's the magic, right? And
Yeah.
that was awesome to be and see. And Bottle Logic, I just loved barrel aged beer. I started
Mhm.
really, really like
Okay.
searching for it and trading for it
Mhm.
and doing the whole nine.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to get my hands on something special and something that I knew was probably going to be good.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I took a lot of inspiration from there and kind of went that route. As far as brewers, my buddy Danny, like I said, it was huge implementation of like what I know and
Mhm.
kind of like my process of learning and teaching,
Yeah.
which was awesome. And from him, it was my other buddy Nick, who used to be our lead brewer here, and he was very, very big into leadership. So that was another part of me that I knew that I wanted to grow as well. So having that kind of like mentorship along the whole way, it was really cool to keep learning about beer, but also learning how to put myself in a position where, I can be a supervisor or I can be,
Mhm.
a head brewer one day.
Yeah.
And I think that was a really cool aspect of it. And going on to now where I'm actually in the industry and,
Mhm.
constantly trying to be the best version of me
Of
and
course.
also put the best representation of the brand out. I think the biggest thing for me is just really grabbing inspiration from my colleagues,
Mhm.
building these bonds that are kind of really tight knit that like, I can go to 8-Bit or I can go
Mhm.
to, the boys down the street and say,
Yeah.
hey, fellas, like, I wanted to bounce some ideas off you,
Mhm.
and kind of just go that way. And it's such a cool thing to be a part of because there's no gatekeeping, it's
Yeah.
kind of one of those things where it's like, I want to see you eat and
Mhm.
I want to see you eat. So we
Exactly.
kind of,
Yeah.
we kind of get to that point where it's, we feed off each other.
Yeah.
So to this day now, it's for me, the inspiration is just seeing who's doing something new and inventive and refreshing kind of styles kind of deal and kind of just learning too.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's really fun for me, I'm big on constructive criticism. So,
Okay.
I love to submit stuff to awards or competitions and
Mhm.
get results back.
Yeah.
And, you can tell me the beer sucked
Yeah.
or you can say it was great. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm going to make adjustments per like your notes essentially.
Yeah.
But also too, like I rely really heavy on like my friends being upfront with me.
Yeah. Of course.
I kind of ask everybody like, don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Tell me what's what.
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of keeps me, motivated and intrigued at like growing as a brewer and growing as someone that's developing recipes and, you know, I guess reinventing certain aspects of styles.
Yeah.
Just kind of playing around with a lot of the R&D side, but also, how do we make good beer year round?
Exactly.
Consistency and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think now it's one of those where I rely heavily on my peers, but also some of the bigger names in the game that, you've watched them grow from, garage brewery to
Mhm.
multi-million-dollar corporation kind of deal.
Yeah.
It's those are always cool to see because it's the idea that starts it and
Mhm.
it's the methodical planning that gets you to the point where you can push out, over 50,000 barrels a year in
Yep.
bliss, right? So, I think that's the biggest thing for me now is kind of just, taking inspiration from those type of breweries and kind of seeing like how we can keep growing our footprint, still be Bottle Logic and then
Mhm.
still put out some crusher beer. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I think that's the fun part about it.
Love it, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's that pursuit.
Mhm.
Like, what were your so I know you said you were into like barrel aged stuff
Mhm.
before. Are you still heavy on that, or do you like tend towards go to the light stuff since you're in the industry now?
Yeah, I will say that drinking a lot of that stuff is a little irregular these days.
Yeah.
My body kind of just said, you know what, hey man,
Yeah. Pump the brakes, bro.
pump the brakes. You're not 21 anymore.
Yeah.
But I still do seek out, these whales, what people still call them.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah. Of course.
I still seek them out just to see, what people are doing.
Mhm.
I like to see whether it be the creativity behind something or the inspiration they drew from someone else.
Yeah.
Really, just see like what the market has to offer as far as barrel aged beer,
Mhm.
and it kind of helps me come back in and engage where we want to take our footprint for,
Yeah.
barrel aged styles, whether it be a more R&D approach or even just tweaking some of these beers we've had for years that we've
Mhm.
re-released. But really trying to find ways for us to keep growing. So yeah, I mean, I feel like now, since I'm in the industry, one of the biggest things for me is people want me to try stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I don't mind. That's really like I actually appreciate it
Yeah, of
because you
course.
value my feedback, you
Yeah.
value my thought,
Mhm.
and I think that's really cool to have that relationship with a lot of the people I work with on a day to day. So it's really cool to do that. But like I said, I think there's some phenomenal like beer being made out there right now that some of them I'm itching to still collab with, and some of
Mhm.
them I'm just like, wow, you guys. You don't miss,
Yeah.
it's really cool. It's a
Yeah.
really cool thing to like be a part of. So yeah,
It's great. That's how I feel about you guys. I feel like everything that I've ever had here has always been fantastic.
I appreciate it.
Of course. Do you remember the first like pro beer you did?
Yes, I think I want to say I can't remember exactly what beer I made on the commercial system here,
Okay.
but I will say if it works, the first beer I made like recipe
Mhm.
and all was an Italian Pilsner I did at Harlan.
Okay.
That was like my first crack at like my little recipe book I had saved for
Mhm.
years, and I finally got to the point where I had to write a recipe and brew the beer.
Yeah.
Pretty much see it from start to finish. My whole time at Harlan,
Yeah.
was that, right? So yeah, I doctored up this recipe that I thought was pretty cool. I tried to bring in ingredients that I thought would kind of pay homage to the style itself,
Oh, yeah.
that were around at the time, and I was actually really happy with it. It came out pretty good. I wanted to do more of a traditional Italian Pilsner.
Yeah.
And man, I'm not even kidding, from week to week, it was trying to get people to taste it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, before I release this, like, please tell me if it's bad or not.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, I don't want to be made fun of, Like,
Yeah.
no, but I was kind of like nervous because this was like my first representation of my brewing style, I guess. And it was going to be released to, the tap rooms at Harlan and
Yeah.
to the public. Not only that, a lot of our friends and peers like came in all
Mhm.
the time and came to hang out. So I was just like looking for a nod of approval from my brewer homies.
Yeah.
Trying to see like if I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it ended up working out pretty well. I was really happy about it. Even to this day, like some people still ask me like, dude, you got to bring that recipe back. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll find time for it. Like that sounds fun to revisit it.
Yeah.
Like one of my first recipes I brewed like from grain to glass kind of deal. And yeah, I think that was fun. I think here, I want to honestly say, if I'm remembering correctly, like one of my first beers here as a brewer, I was lucky enough to brew a double mash stout. So
Wow. There it is.
yeah, I was very, very nervous because I had all my all my buddies and mentors telling me like, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. And they're putting that pressure on me, like jokingly. But
Yeah.
I was like, well, I really hope I don't mess it up because
Yeah.
this is like Bottle Logic bread and butter. So
Oh, for sure.
I was like, I hope I don't mess this liquid up. It's really expensive to make. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
No, I used to love from Harlan the Japanese rice lager. That was one of my
Yeah.
go-tos that they had. But I love a good Italian Pils, man.
Yeah.
You just don't see them on
Right.
menus, but they're
Yeah, I think
fantastic.
that was the cool part too, is, given that free reign of, make what you want
Yeah,
within reason,
of course.
which is fair. But yeah, it was kind of just like, make what you want and have fun. And yeah, at the time I was just like, yeah, at Harlan, they did a lot of like fun experimental lagers. They had the
Yeah.
foeder stuff, they had fruited lager, like they did a lot of crazy stuff. And, we kind of all put our heads together and said, hey, how do we, make this better or make
Yeah.
this fun? And I was like, you know what? I feel like I haven't had like Italian Pilsner from like here.
Mhm.
So in general, that was kind of like the inspiration behind that. And I guess the recipe development itself was, I'm kind of into food. So building those layers of complexity,
Oh, yeah.
kind of like putting the brewer knowledge to practice with the food theories that I had in my mind of like, okay,
Yeah.
a little bit of this, we'll add this. And,
Yeah.
if I add these hops in at this time rather than this, it's like, I kind of do the whole weighing out, like what's
Yeah.
right. So I feel like for recipe development, it's definitely one of the things that I like to have fun with just because, I'll go back and forth with something, but it's more so to see like everything's an idea until it's actually brewed.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can actually see if it works or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, in general, like I think those are really cool concepts to keep in mind when doing that stuff.
No, for sure,
Yeah.
man. Love that. Next segment I have is, I wasn't asked about the beer names, but we'll start the 4-pack real quick.
Okay.
So what's one beer that, we talked about hams a little earlier, but
Yeah.
I'll say what's one beer that never leaves your fridge because you're always restocking?
A Yellow Belly. Coors
Okay.
Banquet.
There it is.
That is in the fridge
The little stubby
Pretty much,
bottles or the
yeah,
cans?
stubby bottles.
There you go.
Love the glass. But yeah, that is something that will never leave my fridge. I always have that in there. That's my beach beer. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I'll tear that up.
There it is. The second question in the 4-pack is, if you weren't in beer, what would you be doing? I know you mentioned the criminal justice stuff, but as a kid, maybe what was like your dream job as a kid?
Man, my dream job as a kid, I wanted to be everything. I think I wanted to be the Hulk at one point.
Oh, there you go.
Honestly, I kind of felt like, I played a lot of sports.
Okay.
And, in another life, I always said like, I'd play football or something.
Yeah.
Obviously I wasn't blessed with all the height, but I was a mean son of a gun.
There you go.
But I definitely think football was up there when I was like young, and then it got to the point where I don't know. I can't say I wanted to do a specific job. I just knew I wanted to like help people.
That's awesome.
I didn't know what, but that was kind of where I put my head at that point when I went to college and everything. I was like, I don't know. I want to help people, but I don't know how or where. I was a first gen college student, so I didn't really have the much guidance out of school. So it was kind of just like my mom was happy that I got an opportunity.
Oh, of course.
She was like, take it. And I was like, cool. So I packed my bags and moved to Ohio.
There you go.
So yeah, I was just like, all right, well.
What was that like?
It was different. Yeah, that was different. It was different environment for sure. I mean, that was like the first time where I was just like, wow, like I feel out of place.
Yeah.
I've always felt comfortable in like my own skin and my environment, but that was like the one that I was just like, not because of people, I just felt by myself. And it was weird because I had like my whole squad with me. I had my brother.
Yeah.
He ended up going to the same school, and my best friend ended up going to the same school.
Okay.
So it was kind of funny to see how that like panned out. But yeah, it was different. I got a wrestling scholarship.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I went out there, and that was the only thing that really took me out there, because before that I was looking at going to like the military or fire department.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of like my trajectory, and then took a whole 360 after the fact. So,
dang.
Yeah, but no, it was a good time. It was definitely a good time, good learning experience. Still miss it here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty fun. It's part of my life, so
it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third question is, I know you guys do a lot of collabs, but you get to collab with any brewery in the world. Who is it and what would you make?
Oof. Yes. Man, I honestly want to say it, Anchorage.
Okay.
I think for one, I think it's such a cool brewery. I love the concept. I love the art, but I love their products.
Yeah.
And having the love I do for like the barrel age side of things, like I've always loved the style and like approach they've taken to their barrel aged products.
Yeah.
Barley wines, the stouts, blends, like they've always panned out really well. And I've always enjoyed pretty much everything about them. It's always up there on the list of like barrel aged products that I'm like, man, like if I can get my hands on some, I'll get it.
Yeah.
But definitely, that's definitely a collab that I'm looking at, and I want to throw an honorable mention in there if I can.
Yeah, of course.
Omnipollo.
Okay.
Omnipollo is definitely one of the other breweries that really kind of inspired me for all the crazy wonky stuff.
Yeah.
But I also do love like their facilities. I think they have a pretty cool, like the church concept thing is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
It's just really cool to see what they're doing and like how they're doing it and how beer is interpreted too and other countries. So
yeah. The Anchorage one would be pretty fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've looked around before and I was just like, one day I'll have this trip planned out. But no, it's just for one, a beautiful area. But like I said, I think everything I enjoy about Anchorage is like who they are as a brand.
Yeah.
But also they make some really cool beer. So that's definitely a plus.
Good water up there.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about RO.
Right.
That was the first when I went to Milwaukee, and I was talking to them and they were like, I was like, what kind of water do you use? Like RO? He's like, no, we use city water because it's just such good water they have out there. Yeah. It's like wild. I was like, that blew me away. I was so surprised. What's a guilty pleasure you secretly or not so secretly love?
A guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
Coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely caffeine does it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely my pleasure. I geek out on it. I actually taught myself how to do coffee before the beer stuff too. So that was also something that kind of like got me fired up for like the creativity side.
Yeah.
Just like the cooking, the coffee. So, I taught myself how to, pull espresso shots and, do pour overs and make cold brew. And then I ended up I just kept working at it, kind of perfecting the craft in a sense.
Awesome. Yeah.
Same thing like I did for the beer. I was just, taking notes and reading books and seeing,
Yeah.
what works here and what works there. And then as I got deeper into brewing, I was able to put more of like some of that brewing knowledge to use.
Hmm.
You think about coffee and 90% of it is water.
Yeah.
Water plays a huge role in your final product.
Of course. Yeah.
For me, it was like, okay, well, how can I kind of put my, knowledge of R&D and my approach to just brewing notes and stuff in general.
Yeah.
And it was kind of just keep a log.
Love it.
And every cup I made, it was just jot down what I liked, what I didn't, what I did recipe wise, how I treated the water.
Yeah.
And kind of like went that way. And, I have a small little coffee project I've been working on, and I did a one big like launch at one point in, I want to say like 23 or 24.
Okay.
And I ran it for about a year and kind of like slowed down just because work.
Of course.
So that's something definitely I've been trying to revisit and like get back into as far as just building out that plan I had as far as a business. So yeah, it's definitely a passion of mine, but it's definitely like my treat on the weekends. I'll go get a nice cup of coffee, enjoy myself, hang out. Pretty much during the week, if I have time to spare throughout the week, it's, go make a pour over here.
Yeah.
Kind of decompress before. So it's always a good time.
Love that, dude. Yeah, I love coffee. Like I don't really go anywhere to drink it. I can either make it at home, but I've been drinking a lot of mushroom coffee the last year and a half. And I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like just adding do you do like just black coffee or do you
just black coffee? Yeah.
That was my go-to for a long time.
Yeah.
But now I'll just do like a little bit of milk because the mushroom coffee can be really earthy.
Yeah.
So I'll pour a little bit of milk in there. But if I'm just drinking regular coffee, it's just black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so definitely for me, as I get older, I'm kind of, have to consume a little less.
Yeah.
Just because my body's definitely sometimes just like, hey man, relax.
Chill.
Maybe don't run on 12 hours with no food and just coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, no, it's cool to see what coffee is at right now too, in a craft setting.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So we have this one called the Greyhound that I'm drinking. And yours, what was yours called again?
Sparkling Velour.
Okay, so it was like who comes up with the beer names, or like who like all the different ones?
So we have like in our work channel, we actually have like a channel for beer names and ideas.
Okay, so you just throw them in there.
Yeah, usually sometimes it's like, hey, here's the concept. We need a name, right? And everybody kind of chimes in what they think the name should be. And Brandon, who is one of the founders here, he's actually really like wickedly good at just coming up with names like off the top.
Yeah.
So I actually I always like trip out when he's just like, I was like, oh, we need a name for this beer. He's like, oh, and it just sends me a list of like 10.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you using like ChatGPT or something? He's like, no, I just, so like it's pretty cool to see that. But yeah, typically it's kind of a mixture of things. I think sometimes we try to play into the label designs and things like that. So, our artist, Josh Emmerich, he always kind of, takes it to the next level sometimes with some of the fun stuff where we, the bottle designs or the can art.
Oh,
and,
it's so good.
Sometimes the name just kind of comes to fruition, like out of just the labels and talking of the concept, which is always cool. But yeah, everybody kind of has like a feed. But yeah.
Yeah. That's like I was curious about the can art, like who did it, because it's such like, I mean, every design. Like me and my brother were talking about Fuzzy Logic the other day because you guys changed the can artwork on that, and I love it's like that contour cut on it. It was just like, and it gives me that like those Disneyland kind of vibes we were talking about on last week's episode. It was so good. But I mean, I love like obviously Tesla was a big motivation, I'm assuming, for Bottle Logic. But I mean, I love how they incorporate like all of that sciencey part to it. It's so cool.
That's one thing I did like enjoy about the brand itself was just the like homage to science and exploring. Like, it's in the name, it's in the motto, like everything's there. Just keep perfecting the craft, keep diving into what beer really is, and it's science. So,
I'll say that's what brewers are. They're scientists. Yeah. I love that, man. What do you like normally like? Well, we talked about like creativity and like, R&D and stuff like that. Like, do you guys like, how do you balance like the creativity part, but also the consistency because you need your cores and stuff like that? What's that like?
So that's something we've been working on for, at least within the last year and a half, was trying to grow our footprint. Like I said, push out more fresh beer, really feed like the California market, really feed all of our out of state accounts. So barrel aged beer and fresh beer, like, trying to balance those two at the schedule we're at was kind of like, it's kind of really much.
I bet,
right?
yeah.
Like it's a lot to keep hand on, but now we're in a point where we're finding that groove of like, we're aiming to hit 15,000 barrels this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something, we've never done as a company.
It's awesome.
Since start. So this is something that's really cool to see that, all this liquid has a home for the most part. And, now it's finding that balance of, okay, we are in more states now. We want more consistency across. So
Yeah.
a lot of it is just data recording, QA, QC, and really just like paying attention to like what's working with the beers as we're moving them at the cadence we are, seeing, what ingredients play a role in its shelf life or in its appearance, seeing where we can really just like dive into and say, hey, like this is a beer that we can make blindfolded at some point and
Yeah.
then just keep doing it. So as far as the core stuff, like we keep the core stuff pretty standard, minor tweaks and changes here and there, but it's only, upon consistency issues that we see sometimes that we're like, hey, you know what? Let's change this percentage of, wheat malt instead.
Yeah.
And let's see if it does what we're looking for, right? Like keeping those notes and just kind of tracking all the data. That's pretty much how we try to keep track of what's going on here.
Yeah.
As far as pilot, like that's its own setting in a sense. So we can have fun there. We can,
I love that.
We can throw whatever at whatever. And luckily, a lot of like vendors always try to partner with us to say, hey, we have this new product. Like we want to showcase. Can you guys make something with it? So it's always cool to see that and get the firsthand look at like, can we implement this on our main side?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, the biggest thing I ask from the team is just, hey, like fill out as much notes as you possibly can. If you need a bigger note section, let us know. But for the most part, it's trying to make sure that like I can identify an issue right off the bat for a core beer and also for like the specialty stuff, kind of see like, hey, what worked, what didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I love it when a brewery has a pilot system. Because not a ton do, but like they're like the ones that I've been to that have it. I love that you can just like you said, just throw something at the wall, see if it sticks.
Yeah.
And then it could end up being a core, like brewing at a bigger batch of it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you just went on a trip recently and you did 4 collabs?
Yeah, 4 collabs.
Could you mention the collabs or is it we can't talk about?
No, I can we our social media has been really, really fun lately and trying to incorporate some new things. So yeah, it's pretty known what we did out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we collabed with Vector Brewing. They're a smaller brew pub in Dallas. It was great. We did a big, barrel aged base that we're going to release some fresh and then barrel aged the rest.
Okay.
I think we were looking at a specific concept, was probably aiming towards like a s'mores inspired sweet stout.
Okay.
For the fresh beer. We decided on using like a Gen 3 like Roush beer pitch.
Okay.
Hoping to land a little bit of like smoky underlying character in the beer. So that should be fun. So we did Vector Brewing. We did Windmill Brewing. We did a hazy double. Really stoked for that. And then we did Celestial. We did a hazy there. At some point, we'll do probably barrel age.
Okay.
There. And then at False Idol, we did a West Coast Pills.
Yeah.
So really, really stoked to work with all those guys. They have great teams. Everybody was super fun, but it was really cool, like being able to kind of piece together some of those aspects of my brewing career, essentially.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day where I was like trading for False Idol beer. And, I got to go to one of the breweries that I really enjoyed their beers too. It's called Turning Point. It was down the road.
Okay.
So that was a really good one. Used to trade with someone back in the day too for stuff like that.
Love it.
But yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool to talk to the guys, kind of see their approach to beer and how the Texas brewery market like works, like seeing what works for them and their clientele and kind of see how we can layer in our presence at Bottle Logic into the Texas beer scene. So,
dude, yeah, there's some great beers out in Dallas. Some great breweries. Like I've never been to False Idol, but I'm always looking for. I'll be out in Dallas in like mid-March.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to look up a couple breweries to record at because I've recorded with On Rotation out there and Petacolas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Good people.
Yeah.
Good beer too.
Yeah. I think that's the best part too, is like getting able to like see, what's out there, what as far as like what's moving for people. Because for us too, like in the market as we continue to grow in the national chain or national side of things, it's really putting our foot in someone else's territory and saying, hey, like we want to be a part of this cool craft beer growth too. But like what styles are doing great for everybody, right?
Oh, for sure.
Kind of put the influence of what we do here, obviously too. Like we still do like our fun seltzer stuff or smoothie beer we send out. But in general, kind of seeing like, hey, like, this area is a little more receptive to hazy IPA than they are West Coast.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see like how we want to strategically plan like our market for like beer releases and stuff. So
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like every time I go somewhere, like, because I have to travel quite a bit for work,
Mhm.
so every time I go to a different state or anything like that, that's usually one of the questions I ask them, like, what moves here? Like, what's like the most consumed kind of style?
Yeah.
And I was like, some of them I was kind of surprised. Like one of them, like, well, I didn't travel for this one, but I was talking to someone from Montana. Her name's Kate. And she was like, Scotch ales are huge out here. I was like, dang. I was like, it's just crazy. Like when you go, like when you talk to different people from different places or go to these different places. Cause that's the first thing I do. I always look up anytime I'm traveling anywhere. I'm going to look up where the best brewery is in that
Right.
area. And I'm going to try to find 2 or 3 other ones I could hit up before I actually have to work.
Yeah.
And do
Yeah.
all that stuff. So it's awesome. Do you plan your trips that way too?
Yeah, we definitely for us, anytime
Yeah.
we plan a trip, it's most of the time, like Wes, who's another one of the founders,
Yeah.
he's the him and Steven, our general manager, like they have been, pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
In a sense where, like they know spots, especially like having the partnerships they've built with the company as it's grown, right? Like Steven was, employee like number 2, I believe. So
Okay.
he's been with the company since then. He was the
Yeah.
sales guy. He was,
hmm
this and that. So very sociable people, but
Yeah.
it's also cool to say, hey, we're going here. And immediately they're like, yeah, so we're going to grab coffee from this spot, go to the collab, and then after we're gonna go to the bar down the street.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you already know all these places, right? Like,
Yeah.
so, but yeah, we usually try to find like, a point where we can try other people's beers that are in the market,
Yeah.
but also kind of see, hey, like, let's go to this bottle shop, let's go to this bar, and let's see like who's on tap, who has a handle here.
Yeah.
How can we make a presence at places like this?
I love it.
So, we try to make sure it's methodical, like as far as like,
Of course.
we're not just going to
Yeah.
look at the menu and grab a couple beers. It's more so like, how do we fit our footprint here and elsewhere and kind of keep growing the brand and keep growing like the order cadence for beer. So
For sure.
Yeah.
And like with that, like finding out the different styles that are consumed more in those different places, you can maybe lean into those styles and then, or even like give your take on
Yeah.
that specific style or anything like that, and then put that in the market, and then there you go.
Yeah. I think it's also like a really cool, like humbling experience just to like talk shop with all these people,
Yeah.
but also like hear them like ask the questions that they want to and say like being able to answer, like, but it's the same thing for them too, right? Like, hey,
Yep.
we want to grow our presence in California and we
Of
want to
course.
do this style of beer. Like you guys do this well. What are some tips?
Yeah.
It's always cool sharing those types of like talks and kind of seeing like how we can both help each other kind of just keep growing as a whole, right? So
Oh, for sure, man. I love that. We talked a little bit about our bodies not being able to handle certain things as much.
Yeah.
Do you have a hangover cure if you do have one too many?
yeah, most of the time it's rot, just not move, darkness.
Okay. Just sleep.
Yeah, I definitely try to get some. Usually it's soup.
Okay.
Usually I try to get some pho just to kind of bring me back to life.
Yeah.
If not pho, some pozole or like menudo. Like,
Okay.
something. But I'm just trying to like get myself back together.
Yeah.
I'll chug much water as I can, try to sneak an electrolyte in there.
Oh yeah.
But at this point, I think in the hangover, I've already made my decision to,
Yeah.
I got to go to sleep with the bones I buried.
Oh, yeah.
So it's one of those things where I just kind of say, you know what, I did this to myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually try to get some soup in my system and kind of replenish.
Yeah.
Usually if it's really, really bad, a little shot of bourbon
Oh, there you go.
right off the bat. Like in the
Yeah.
morning, I just wake up and I know if I'm spinning and I got a headache already,
Yep.
I'm going to have to get like either right back on the horse.
Yeah.
So yeah, luckily I've been a little better about like, maintaining that. Is just one of those things where kind of became a deterrent
Yeah.
as I got older. It was just
Yeah.
like, do I really want to spend 2 days in bed? Like,
Yeah. I'm surprisingly like productive when I'm hungover. Like I feel like
sick.
shit.
That's good. Yeah.
But I'll get up and like I'll go to the store and I'll make myself food, or I'll go to King Taco.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some nachos, get some tacos, get some tamales. I'll order enough food for the whole day, so
Yeah.
I don't have to
Yeah, you
go
don't have to
anywhere.
move.
Yeah.
That's me too, actually. I prepare ahead because I know I'm not moving from like the spot. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And you know what? I never really like had pozole when I was hungover. I might have to try that because for me, like I don't mind like the pork or whatever they put in it, but I love the hominy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the hominy just so good, and I just try to make it as spicy as possible.
Sweat out all the tops.
Basically,
That's how it is.
or like a spicy ramen is always bomb too.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, was it the Anthony Bourdain hangover cure.
Basically,
like spicy Szechuan food, a joint, and a Coke.
Oh yeah, that's what like King Taco. They have like the red chile or the red salsa.
Yeah.
Like I'll order nachos, but it's like more or less like a puddle of red salsa on there than it is anything else. But yeah, and then they get all soggy, and I'm just eating them with a fork.
Yeah.
I won't say where you live, but like close by. Have you ever been to Casa Garcia?
Yeah, that's actually
so good.
So there's actually one right down the street from my mom's, right off of Beverly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go there sometimes.
Yeah.
That's definitely I think sometimes the hangover cure is like La Gringa. It's
yeah.
like
yeah.
the beans and eggs and
go.
potato. Like,
Can't go
so
wrong.
Good.
Yeah, bomb. Next one is Taproom tunes. What are you listening to when you're brewing? Is it like podcast or are you listening to music or?
When I'm brewing, man, I will be honest, I love to blare music.
Okay.
If I'm able to, speaker, but it's really what I'm feeling. I don't know. I listen to a lot of different genres of music.
Yeah.
But usually it's always going to be like something up tempo.
Okay.
The only time I used to listen to like slower music was when I used to like close brewing.
Okay.
So, but yeah, usually it's always up tempo. I'm definitely into punk music. I love funk.
Okay.
Like I have a wide variety of music, but anything up tempo that can keep me like moving and grooving, like that's kind of where I find my sweet spot where I'm like, I'm just flowing, you know, like I got this going on, that going on. I got my tunes, like I'm just kind of going at it. So, yeah, I would definitely say like always up tempo beat stuff. Like I do, like I listen to everything, dubstep and anything you can think of, but it's stuff that's going to get my like adrenaline going, I guess.
There you go. Yes. I mean, I'm kind of similar. Like I don't listen to like I know they call like house music or I don't really listen to that stuff, but I love like hip hop. Alt rock, 90s stuff, classic. Well, what I consider classic rock, but I guess like Rage Against the Machine is classic rock now. And I'm like, when did that happen?
Yeah, when did that happen? Wow.
But like, I love even on the way here, I was All Star by Smash Mouth.
Oh yeah,
I was like, I'm gonna sing this on the way over.
Yeah, I was listening to More Bounce.
And nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, so no, I definitely love upbeat like tunes.
Oh, so good. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, now so we had the 4-pack. This one's a 6-pack. It's rapid fire.
Okay.
Lager or IPA?
Lager.
Okay. Hazy or West Coast?
West Coast.
Music or sports at a brewery?
Ooh. Music.
Okay. Next one is favorite brewery outside of Bottle Logic.
Favorite brewery outside of Bottle Logic? Cohesion.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might have already talked about this. Favorite drunk food?
Favorite drunk food?
Maybe not the hangover food, but when you're getting the munchies late at night.
Oh, dude. So bad. Taco Bell.
Okay.
So bad.
Dude, same.
So bad.
Had it last night. Night. What's your order?
I get 3 potato tacos.
Oh, fire.
And then either 1 or 2 beefy Frito burritos, depending on how hungry I am.
There you go.
And a Diet Coke if they got it.
There it is. I'm a Baja Blast man.
Baja Blast?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. If your personality was a beer style, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Beer style. I'd say like a freaking West Coast IPA, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
have like well, I'm pretty expressive when it comes to like myself. So like, you know, kind of the hops aspect, right? I can be pretty dry with like my humor or like
same
stuff. So it's like, I don't know, kind of thinking about it that way. But yeah, if that works in my head, the West Coast IPA.
There you go. Yeah. People tell me because I won't say certain things in front of certain people, but like I'll joke. Like I have a pretty twisted sense of humor sometimes,
and
I'll say something like Jesus, Mike.
Yeah,
you know?
It's just I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like that's why I would say I'm just joshing. But they don't. They're like, come on, should we grab another beer?
Yeah.
All right, we're back. You got this. I got the sparkling blue. What's the ABV on this bad boy?
This one is 5.5%, I believe. This was a fun one. Yeah, this is a pre-prohibition style lager.
Yeah, it's good stuff, dude.
Yeah, we did.
Damn, that's good.
6-row, some 2-row, and a little bit of Vienna malt and a bunch of flake corn.
Okay.
Yeah, so really try to take a little more of a modern approach to what a pre-prohibition style lager was.
Yeah.
And then, we went pretty heavy with middle fruit on this. That's pretty much it. And let it lager pretty cold. And yeah, I'm really stoked about it. It's been really fun to like see people like drink it and say, hey, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Where has this been?
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Oh, I wanted to ask you. So, like, obviously, you've been having a bunch of collabs. We talked about the different collabs you did, but like, do you have like a memorable collab day, or just a memorable brew day, or fun brew day?
Yeah, honestly, there's a few that come to mind. Apologize ahead of time. Don't get hurt in it.
You're good.
Yeah, I think honestly, one of the coolest ones we've done recently was the one we did at Firestone Walker.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really good. It was Matt and everybody was just so welcoming. Facility was incredible.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those things where when you get to this level of like brewing, like you're kind of just like, oh my God, is that hard pipe like salt? Like this is
Yeah.
so
Is this
everything was like,
happening?
everything looked really cool. And it was just like crazy to talk, pretty much shop with them and kind of see what they do on a week to week basis. And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like it's incredible being at the facility. But one thing I was really excited to do was pretty much take the whole team
Yeah.
and really, for one, plan accordingly to have everybody kind of just, kick the boots off and enjoy themselves and kind of just be in a moment with each other to see like, hey, like, this might not be where we're going next year, but this is like, some of the inspiration we want to grab is like what we're trying to operate at and
Yeah.
scale things like, maybe not that aggressive, but
Yeah.
in general, like just kind of get to the point where we are operating in a way like that terminology and the day to day. So it's pretty crazy, like just like hearing what they do and being at the facility and some of the newer things that got built out. Like it was a beautiful, beautiful brewery and space, and it was really cool to see. It was just like I think they said they package like 10,000 barrels a week.
Yeah. Wow.
And I was like, a lot of breweries do that in a year. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, it's insane. And
That's
it's like,
wild.
yeah, like at that facility alone, like any given week, they were saying how like 6,000 barrels of that is like 805.
Wow.
Like, so it's really crazy to see like the volume and the scale of things and to see like what they had and seeing their barrel warehouse and talking to the team about like just barrel aged beer and,
Yeah.
styles they love and approaches they love to take and certain casts they love to fill. And it was really cool to talk, shop with people that have been in the game longer than Bottle Logic.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to be a part of that. And like I said, we were able to all hang out as a team and kind of just let loose and, be around each other and, just hang out and enjoy each other's presence. And it was really cool to see everybody like enjoy the process too.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've grown quite a bit within the last year and a half, and my team has been nothing but accepting to everything and anything, and they've absolutely been rocking it. So it was really cool to like do that and get out with the whole squad, and rather than just, myself or Wes or whoever it be, like we were all able to go and kind of enjoy it together. So it was cool.
Oh man, I bet that was just probably just like such an amazing experience.
And all, like it was crazy to see. Like even when we built out the recipe together, it was just like, oh, so like I'm thinking we're going on like some pilot style system. He's like, yeah, because that's how they refer to it as. Pilot size system is like 70 barrel brew house or 50 barrel brew house or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, this is like someone's full brew house. And he was just like, they were just like, yeah, like this is where we do all our barrel age production pretty much. It's like the main side brew house is like 300 barrels. And I was like, wow. So it was really cool. It was really cool, like I said, to just do something like that. It was a full circle moment for me as far as a brewer.
Yeah.
Being able to sit down with like Matt and the team and build out a recipe with, you know, someone that's been in the game for, over 20 years, kind of firing out some of the coolest barrel age concepts out there.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to be a part of that and to kind of fit that into my resume as far as saying I did it, so it was really cool.
Because we talked about like, people that you aspired, like you, that were like you would kind of aspire to, or brewers earlier. But I feel like for just a brewery in general, like, and obviously Bottle Logic's amazing and they have all these different things, but like for like other breweries out there, like when you look at someone like Firestone Walker, that's like, it's proof that you can like get there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of want and the continue. You need to have great people in place,
right?
And all that sort of stuff. And like obviously, clearly, you guys do here, like with everything that you guys do and everything you guys put out. So,
yeah, I think it's really cool to have like, especially now the team we've built out here is just being able to have people focus on like what's what, right? Like really, this team is working on this team's working on that. Everybody has the same goal at the end of the day, right? Like,
of course.
Kick butt.
Yeah.
And let's make it to next week.
Yeah. Put out quality product.
Yeah. As we've been growing, it's one of those things too, where I've said, hey, like I love the growth aspect, but I want to make sure that we're able to push out quality beer.
100%.
So it's been cool to, being given the graces of saying, hey, like build the team you need.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people don't take that approach and a lot of people can't take that approach in a sense.
Exactly.
But in general, having the support I do here with the squad I do here, it's it makes it easier. It makes it easier to deal with, and it makes it a better feeling at the end of the day, knowing that my team is able to execute on a day-to-day basis, have fun, and enjoy themselves in this industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that, man. I freaking love that. That's so awesome. Next question is, you can have a pint with any historical figure, like celebrity, sports figure, anything like, or athlete. Who would it be with?
Dang. Yeah, some good ones, man. Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day, and I couldn't even.
You can name a couple.
Okay. I will say, athlete-wise.
What if you do like an athlete, a historical figure, and a celebrity? You could do all three.
Okay.
Yeah, one of each.
Athlete, historical figure.
Oh, who's your football team? Because I know you said you like football.
The Raiders.
Oh, Raider.
Yeah.
Fernando?
Yeah, right?
I hope they get him. I mean, I'm sure they
probably will.
Yeah.
But
they have every opportunity to
I'm biased on that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
I want to make sure he doesn't end his career there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say athlete for sure. I don't know how many times this one's been used, but Kobe Bryant.
Oh, no.
I think
I get that.
Growing up playing sports, it was one of those things where it was just like, all right, like this guy is family man, freaking hell of an athlete.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Humble person. So I think that would be a cool one. Sit down, have a pint together, kind of talk, Then it was athlete, historical figure, and what was the other one?
A celebrity.
Celebrity. I will go with celebrity, and I think it'd be really cool to sit down with Denzel Washington.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Denzel Washington's really cool. I really like his just everything about, I don't know. He's just a
fucking phenomenal
great
actor.
human being, actor. I mean, I watched a lot of his interviews and things like that.
Yeah.
It's just really cool to see people that are people, they don't let crazy things get to them.
Exactly.
I don't know everything about them, but
yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's really cool. I think it would be a cool conversation to sit down and have. But and then historical figure, man, trying to think. That's a good one.
Yeah. I think it's the first time I've ever had somebody give three answers.
Really?
So there you go.
Yeah.
You were my first.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one, dude. Historical figure. I'm trying to think of who's the one that I'm like, you know what? Sit down and have a beer.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
If I was going to, because I don't think I've ever chosen a historical figure like that.
Yeah.
I would probably do Jimmy Carter's brother, because he's the reason why Jimmy Carter let homebrewing become a thing. So or legalize homebrewing.
That's true. You know what? It's not good, and he might not be known for the greatest history, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's just my fascination I have with growing up and shit. But
I
don't know. It'd be cool to have a beer with Al Capone.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I don't know.
I would.
Guy was running bootlegs, so dude. It was really cool to see that. Obviously it's a different reason, but it's one of the reasons beer was still or alcohol was still able to get in and out. So I think that'd be pretty cool.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with wanting to have a beer with a bad guy, dude. Speaking of the bad, I would probably pick Razor Ramon too. Mm-hmm. He's passed away, so I probably would pick Razor Ramon, the bad guy.
Yep.
Love that. This one's not going to get any easier. Mm-hmm. This next question: the Mount Rushmore breweries for you, or it might be easy for you.
I will say ones that pretty much I'll put up there for multiple reasons, but mainly bucket list, working with and just always enjoying their beer.
Yeah.
Cohesion, Anchorage. Oh my God, what's the other one I'm thinking of? Blanking out here. There Does Not Exist.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, they make some phenomenal liquid, lager, IPA. They're killing it.
Yeah, and they're up in San Luis Obispo, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I want to get up there soon. I want to record a thing and Liquid Gravity and all those are so good.
Yeah, they're great. And then, wow. I will say those are my top three.
Okay.
The other ones are kind of hard to dictate. I don't know if I'm feeling it that much to put them in a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Is that fine?
No, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. Next question. If you could bring something back from when you were a kid that's not around anymore, what would it be?
Ooh. I will say, wow, when I was a kid, what was the dopest thing ever? I was a big outdoor person, for sure. I love playing outside.
Same.
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure they still make them, but I can't imagine a time I didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
But the freaking Nerf footballs, the whistling ones.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like,
Dude, I used to love they were like the long one and then had like the long tail.
like the little rocket looking thing.
Yeah.
Like, and then whistle when you
Oh,
throw it.
yeah.
Yeah, like, I used to love those. I'm pretty sure they make them still, but that was definitely something that was up there. And the second thing would probably be, if they still produced it to this day, was Nintendo 64.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just love playing. Like, that was like a highlight in me growing up with my cousins. Like,
Yeah.
we'd all go to my uncle's house, and like all the cousins would just like be in the garage playing video games and
Yeah.
being stupid,
No, it's the
beating
best.
each other up.
Yeah.
But like, that was like the highlight of like my childhood, just being able to do that and like feel cool, like hanging out with all the big cousins and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
like,
dude.
And I can play video games too. They
Yeah.
probably didn't even plug the controller in, but
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool.
No, dude, it was great. Like, even when I was a kid, like, one thing I do miss, like, we would be, me and my cousin Justin, like, we would, like, some of my other cousins, we'd all stay at my grandma's house, and we would just stay up and we'd have, like, Hot Pockets, Mountain Dew, Totino's pizza rolls, some Chef Boyardee, and then play video games all night.
Yep. That's a highlight. That's a highlight for sure. Yeah, we used to do some dumb stuff. We just like,
yeah.
But
I love it. Even the Nerf footballs. Do you remember the one? It was like orangish, yellowish one, and you'd be able to like push it in, and it would light up.
Yes,
Dude,
yeah.
that was like,
Those
I
were
remember
cool
having
too.
that football thing, and like, this is the coolest thing
Yeah.
ever because you could play at night.
Yeah, when Nerf came out with like that like outdoor line with like that kind of stuff. I think because they did like a not a spike ball, but they did something like a soccer ball kind of one deal too. Those were cool. I just remember like that was one of the funnest things I did with like my younger brother.
Yeah.
And my twin. Yeah, we would just beat each other up in the front yard.
Yeah.
Throw the Nerf football around and just light each other.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that and me and my family, me and my cousins, we'd be playing, and then eventually we just start wrestling.
Yeah. Like it wasn't even football anymore.
Yeah, we'd be pulling out chairs, pretending to hate each other and stuff like that, or hitting each other with like the trash can lid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes people got knocked out. Sometimes people didn't. Oh, man. The last question. If you could bring something back from that's the one I just asked you. If you were to describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
It's technically 2 words.
Yeah, 2 words. Do it.
Servant leader.
Okay.
I've always taken like the approach of, I don't know, I've always just been like, there's a lot of give and take in day-to-day life. But
yeah.
For me, it's come so natural just to kind of like offer my help or offer myself to a sense where, I can be the leader I am, but not like separate myself from like a title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you want me to go wash kegs all day, I'll go wash kegs all day.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever it needs to be done. But that's the biggest thing for me, is just being able to be a leader in my actions, but be a servant at the end of the day, as far as just being able to take care of people that I love and provide for the people that I love. And, for this specifically, just show up for my team and show up for, myself at the end of the day. But for me, it's always been just, when I dig into something that I truly enjoy and makes me happy, like it's easier to work that way, right? And it's easier to kind of separate myself from the distractions that kind of pull me away from being who I am.
Yeah.
But in general, I think like for me, it's being that person that like nothing's too big or too small.
Yeah.
And, if I can lend a hand, if I can be of assistance, like that's just kind of the way I gravitate towards.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, maybe people say that too about me, but I think that's kind of like the person I am, essentially. But yeah.
I feel you on that, man. Like even for this, like I just want to do anything I can to help the industry.
Yeah.
Like to hear people's stories and like, because mine isn't like the technical part of it. It's just about, I love hearing people's stories, and like, because you're doing something you love to do.
Yeah.
And no matter what, nothing's going to stop you from doing that.
Right.
And to me, that's the best freaking thing. So
yeah.
I
think that's a super important piece. Is just like, sorry.
No, you're good.
I think that's a super important piece as far as like what keeps me drawn to what we do in this industry.
Yeah.
During my career in beer, I've had those internal battles where I was just like, is this what I want to do? Right.
Yeah.
I sacrificed 4 years of my life to not only graduate on time, but, I didn't live the college life that I thought I would, essentially.
Yeah.
I took full semesters every year, 18 units. I worked 2 jobs.
Wow.
to put myself through school, and it was really a lot. And when I got into the industry, I during that time took a pretty big like pay cut from what I was doing, but I think what made it easier was just having the mentorship I did and having that creative passion that I had inside that I felt I wasn't able to unleash yet.
Of course.
So I kind of always felt myself enjoying the hospitality side of things.
Yeah.
As far as like, talking to people and bringing people into, what you're doing and what you're making.
Yeah.
And then, finding the gratitude and your final product and being able to give it to someone and say, hey, like, what do you think?
Yeah.
And I went back and forth, the whole 5 years I've been in here, in the beginning, I was actively, training and looking at other avenues for work.
Yeah.
Because at the time I was just like, how do I build a future for myself and
of course.
for my family one day?
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to be able to do that. And yeah, I just kept going back and forth. And every time like I found myself in a position where I was like doing something that I went to school for, it didn't sit with me. Like I didn't enjoy it. I didn't find peace or comfort in it. I kind of just like said, hey, like for whatever weird reason, like the beer stuff's been working for me.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just going to keep my head down and, stay faithful to the process and, keep pushing myself and kind of see where this lands.
Yeah.
And, like I said, I'll hit 6 years in this industry and I don't know, to be where I am right now, that wasn't a vision, I guess. It wasn't something that I had planned out meticulously. It's just something I knew I wanted, something I knew I needed to work towards. And like I said, I kind of just always put my head down and let it guide itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm really happy where I am now. And if I were to do anything else at this point in my life, it would probably just do something on my own. But
yeah,
at the end of the day,
coffee.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like I'm able to put myself into that, but still be a part of what I do now. And it's really cool. It's a really cool expression. And I have a lot of sport with it too. So it's always fun, to get those little shoots of energy where I'm just like, all right, I'm going to do this.
Yep.
And then like, I want to see if I still got it. And then, like give it to someone else and they're like, cool, like this is great. What are you doing? Like do something about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So I have the support, but it's one of those things where being a part of an industry like this, you're surrounded by creative people.
Of course.
I talked to everybody in this industry on a personal level to the point where it's like, what'd you do before this?
Yeah.
And it was completely opposite of beer.
Of course.
Right. And it's always that like, oh, but I always love this and I always like to do this. And yeah, you get to that point where you're met with like, hey, this guy used to be an aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
And now he's making some of the best lager in the market. Like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those situations where it's like, when you find a passion and you're able to take full flight with it and keep going and keep enjoying it, right? Like, I rather make, in a sense, right? Like just the idea, but I rather make less to be happy than make more and be upset. Like I think that's what robs you of the joy in all this. It's just kind of being able to like sit down and enjoy something with someone, and
exactly.
I think too, in general, as a note to that, I'm sorry if I'm novel, but a note to that is part of the reason too I got into like coffee and beer.
Yeah.
Was because there's something so special about liquid that ties you into people.
Yeah.
You can sit down in happiness and sadness and sorrow, whatever it freaking be, but you can sit down and enjoy a beverage with somebody. And what better beverage than two of the beverages that have been around for forever.
100%.
So it's one of those things where it's like, it's the camaraderie. It's the collective of sitting down and having a conversation over, something that someone made.
Yeah.
And being able to not only enjoy it together, but being able to make something more out of it as far as a conversation or a connection. So I think that's really cool too. I think that's something that keeps me like interested and motivated every day is just like being able to do something like that where, I can share something with you and you can tell me if you love it or hate it, but also do something like this where we're talking about it now. So,
dude, I've always equated the show to that. Like just sitting across from like, you go to a brewery, you just happen to go by yourself. You just so happen to be sitting next to someone. You make a comment or you strike up a conversation and you end up talking for an hour, 2 hours,
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, I just want to say thank you again.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And thank you again for taking the time to talk to me. I know we've been going back and forth with this, so I'm really excited that it was able to come to life. So,
dude, I'm always like, whenever it works for you, because I just try to be mindful of people's time.
Yeah.
Like, like we talked about earlier, but like, I'm just glad we got to do it because this is
like Bottle Logic, like has always been like ever since I started this show, has always been a white whale for me. And I've always thought like maybe one day it's going to happen, and it happened.
No, that's very exciting to hear, man. It's like I said, I think you're doing something really cool, really special for this industry, and kind of like I said, just keeping what we're doing alive. Yeah, and it's awesome to have that connection that we do with people outside of day-to-day beer.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's really cool that you're enjoying it and sitting down with some really incredible people. I keep track, and I'm just like, yeah, those are some awesome people. You know what I mean? Like, I love to hear the stories, because some of these people too, I hear their story for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I've talked to you like, I don't know how many times, and you've never told me that.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see that too, and see other people's like inspiration behind their craft.
No, I appreciate you, brother. It's been so fun.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, because it's off of, is it Armando and Kramer?
Yeah, North Armando and Kramer. Yeah. So 1072 North Armando Street. Come get you some pints.
Yeah.
We're dishing out the best liquid we possibly could. So
damn right.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, it was, they always say like, don't meet your heroes, but it was everything I wanted it to be and more. I can't say thank you enough. So yeah, I'm going to say it one more time. Just thank you, Jasper. Thank you, Bottle Logic. Thank you to this industry. Let's see. All right. I got to get started. Why am I'm like thinking out loud right now? But I got to start cooking. I really hope you guys enjoy the game today. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And if you can, no need. If you can't, you can't. But if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, you could go to on Spotify. You can go in there and rate the show. 5 stars helps. It does really get more eyeballs in front of the show. The more 5-star reviews you get, and then also you can do the same on Apple. It's a little more difficult on that one. You have to click on the 3 little buttons and go to show, and then if you scroll all the way down, it will let you rate the show and also leave a review. So, all right. Well, I got to start cooking. And to quote Malcolm Reed, let's get to cooking. Got to do that. Next week's episode is the Hop In We're Drinking with my buddies Nick and Joe. Excited for you to listen to that. That's going to be a fun one. And then the week after that will be Homeland. This coming Thursday, I will be recording. Not going to say with who yet. And then also on Sunday, I'll be recording as well. So, and then the week after that, it's Mike's birthday. San Diego trip, baby. Twinkle, twinkle. All right. Well, hope you guys have a great week. Hope you have a great Sunday. Enjoy the game. Enjoy some great food. Have some good craft beer. And don't forget to drink local. Well, wow, I fucked up my own catchphrase at the end. Support local, drink local, and find your beer. Cheers.